Hello, everyone. I'm going to be doing a small video right now on respect and self respect and what respect actually is. And so I'm very excited to talk about respect. Respect is one of the, actually, respect and self respect is probably like the most important concept you could ever learn. It's the most important to me in the world. Respect and self respect in general are super, super important to me. And so now, with that being said, I'm going to try to get into it here without losing my train of thought. So, yesterday, the best way I can describe it is I can refer to dating. That's my easiest way to describe it. You can also kind of refer to fighting and stuff like that, maybe. But basically, respect. People think that respect means like to be nice or something, and like, oh, you need to be respectful, or they think that's like, oh, you need to be nice to me and look out for my feelings or whatever. That's not what respect is. Respect is not that. Respect has no positive or negative connotation to it, right? Is connotation the right word to use? I believe it has. It's not. Respect is not either positive or negative. It is neither. Respect is simply respect. It's like a barrier. It's like, think of it like this. So respect. I like to tell people like this. It's kind of interesting. So like, if I'm sitting like right here, and like that's like arms reach away from me, right? So if I could punch you if you got close to me. What if every time you walked close to me, in arm's reach of me, right? Arm's length, and every single time you got close to me, I punched you. And if you stayed in my bubble, I kept punching you like that until you got away from me. And then you stood away from me, and now you're walking around me, but you're keeping your distance, right? And now I'm not punching you. But as soon as you get close to me, I start punching you. Now, what have you just learned about me? You have learned that if you get a certain distance away from me, that I'm going to punch you. And you now are sensing this barrier of respect, that you are respecting me. Because if you get close enough to me, I'm going to hit you. So I have now formed a barrier that you are now aware of that has to deal with me and you. So if you get close to me, I'm gonna punch you. And so like you respect me, right? Does that make sense? You have now, I have now earned your respect because every single time you get close to me, I'm gonna punch you. And now you're aware of that, and it's just like I just can't walk up to this guy and get all close to him and shit. He's gonna punch me. And so it's like that is like one example of like how to explain kind of like respect. So like another way another way of explaining it, like so we can get into like self-respect, is like basically respect is kind of, you have to think of it kind of like barriers. Kind of like almost like you can predict something, or like you or like an obstacle. It's kind of like this barrier almost. And it's not really negative or positive because you can hate someone and still respect them. You know what I mean? Like for instance, you could think of like fighting scenes in you could maybe movies, or old times or whatever. Um, they come, two people come face to face, and they hate each other, or they're about to battle. But maybe one guy has like a sword and the other guy has like a gun and a sword. But the guy with the gun can easily just shoot him and kill him. But instead, to make it an honorable duel or something, to like to fight till the death, he throws his gun to the side and he decides to fight the man with the sword, to come back down to his level. Now it's like, you may hate that guy, but damn it, dude, like if somebody did that to me, like I would respect that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not whether I like it or not. It's just like, in the face of like these bad feelings and everything, this man chose to make the decision to like lower down his standards to my level because I only have a sword and he had a gun and a sword, but he got rid of his gun and decided to fight me with only a sword. And so like I can't help but respect that, man, because I understand respect, and like that kind of shit is cool to me. You know what I mean? And so like So basically, like with respect, respect is very very interesting, and all like animals on Earth have a sense of respect. And so, like in genetics, a lot of animals are like basically like programmed to respect size, because through evolution or whatever, you could say that bigger things would usually kill smaller things, and so like over lots of time, you just automatically have this barrier of respect for like very big people, very big, you know, lions, tigers, whatever, very big things like weigh like 1,000 pounds, are huge and kill you. So you have a barrier of respect. It's not you hate it or like it. It's just like there. It's like this conscious awareness of this barrier that something can happen to you. That's what respect is. And so like another way you can earn respect is like this is another great example, a simple example. Respect, like say honesty, right? So say you're breaking up like with your girlfriend or whatever. Like we talked about this yesterday. Or say I mean it can be really tough, man. But like yeah, say you're breaking up with your girlfriend or whatever, and like you like another girl now. You haven't slept with her, you haven't cheated on her, but you just been hanging out with this other girl lately because through other friends or whatever, and you've developed a liking for this other girl, and you're not happy in your current relationship. And so now you decide you want to break up with your girlfriend. Okay? Um, so it's gonna be hard, right? You're gonna say all this shit, and she might feel a certain way about it. She might get really sad. You might predict that. Like she's gonna get very upset with you, and like how could you, and all this shit. So you know that you're gonna go into this emotional war zone when you get ready to tell your girlfriend, "Hey, like you know, it's not working for me anymore, and I want to break up and everything." It's like, holy shit, the emotional storm is most likely gonna come. And it's like, even though you know the emotional storm is gonna come, despite knowing that, you deal with that emotional storm. You know it's gonna come. You say, I don't care. I have to do what's right. And in the face of all those negative feelings, you still tell her the truth, uphold honesty, and respect. You give respect to her by being honest with her despite negative emotions coming through you. It's like, dude, like on the surface it may seem terrible, but in the end it's like she'll think, wow, you know, he was honest with me. He didn't beat around the bush, and he, you know, he told me what I wanted to hear. He didn't cheat on me. He was a good man. And like even though it upset me, I respect him having like the balls to be able to tell me the truth with even when all those negative emotions could come to me. You know what I mean? You earn respect for that person because like they they did something that a lot of people might crumble to do. You know what I mean? And you earn this like it gives them a certain character about themselves. Like that's like another form of like respect. You know? Does that make sense? It's kind of hard to articulate this. Let me grab a drink. It's kind of hard to articulate this, but that's kind of. I hope you're getting like the gist of it. And so like when I was referring to dating like with women and men, I referred to the scientists with the chimpanzees. And remember, I said so respect is super important. And so when you can't even like you want to do something, right? And so like say if you want to go to the park or something and your girlfriend wants to do something different, and it's like you're going to tell she's going, I want to go here, and you say, well, no, I want to go here, and like you're throwing out this barrier, this obstacle, this barrier that she needs to cross. Like it's not just good, she just can't walk through you and tell you what to do because you're like speaking up for yourself and you're throwing out this barrier. And she it's like this, you want something and so does she. You know, you may have to come to a compromise, but like maybe there's a better way to explain it. But anyways, let me get back to the chimpanzee and the scientist. So yeah, one chimpanzee picked a fight with another, and one was beating up the one that picked the fight was just punching the one chimpanzee, and the other chimpanzee's just sitting there not fighting. Okay, and the one not fighting almost died, not because the one kept beating it up, because every other chimpanzee in the area all attacked him. Like, I mean, they ganged up on him, like 10 or 12 of them tried to kill him because he had no self respect. He's being hit. Some guy, some other chimpanzees coming through his barrier, punching him, and he's just sitting there taking it, not even standing up for himself. And so the other chimpanzees saw that as you're weak, you don't stand up for yourself, and since you don't respect yourself, we know by default you'll never truly respect us and help us. So they tried to kill him because he was a weak link of the tribe. And the scientists literally had to intervene to save the chimpanzee's life, and they did. And so like the same thing goes with humans. Is like, so when men are dating and they become a people pleaser, trying to just do everything for people, or especially women, and they will try to earn approval by disrespecting themselves. So they may want to do something or may not want to do something, but they do it anyway to make other people happy. But that's gross because you're disrespecting what you want, so you don't respect yourself, and you truly don't respect the person that you're trying to gain approval from. Does that make sense? You can't. It is gross, man. Whenever I'm in the face of like people who have no respect for themselves, and like it literally makes me cringe. Like, respect is one of the most important things to me in the world. It is not negative or positive. It is simply respect. It's like a barrier almost, and so is like a way to think about it. And it can truly only be earned. You can't demand it. You can't be like, you need to respect me. Well, it's like you haven't laid out a barrier for me to respect. So how can I respect you? It is not the way it works. People demand respect these days, and it cannot be demanded. It cannot be demanded. It can only be earned. And that is true, true, true. That's the real deal Holyfield about respect, man. It can only truly be earned. So in the way you do it is by setting out those boundaries, by standing up for yourself, by speaking up for yourself. And that's why I said, if you want to uphold true self-respect, you need to have high emotional strength. Respect is one of the most important things in the world, and that's one of the things that your friends will test you on. Like men, for example. Men constantly pick on each other and banter with each other to try and poke at each other to make sure they're upholding their own self-respect. Does that make sense? That's why men constantly fight with each other and poke at each other. It's to strengthen each other. And it's actually a way of trying to strengthen each other so that they're stronger together. They're stronger as a group. But not only is it doing that, it's making them stronger so that they can find good mates, like with women. So like women will constantly test your own self-respect and see if you flip on things that you like. They see if they can manipulate you. And they just try to test your self-respect because they need to know you have high self-respect so that you'll have the same respect you have for yourself that you'll have for them, and that you'll have the same respect for your child. That's why it's so important to have high self-respect. I truly believe, this is my opinion, I truly believe that respect, feeling a barrier of respect for a woman, is an ingredient that will make them more likely to want to have sex with you. If a woman senses no respect from you, I truly believe that sex isn't even on the table. Like it will not happen. Like it's just no. It's like it is like a vital ingredient. Like it just won't work. It just, if they sense no respect at all, and all they see you disrespecting yourself at will, and you're just this cringy person with, you can't earn respect. You have no respect for yourself. Like, I just think sex is literally impossible for them to actually feel attracted to you and want to have sex with you. I truly believe that. That's my own opinion. I think it's like a vital ingredient to finding a mate and actually having sex. Respect is insane, and well, the more you learn about respect, and the more you become consciously aware of it, you can choose your friends wisely, and you can become stronger together, and it really helps you decide who you want to be around. And so now when people talk to me, dude, I tell them the truth, man, regardless if it upsets them or anything else, because I know deep down they'll respect my honesty, and despite them getting mad, and that's why like a lot of my good bros, I talk shit to them, man. I tell them what they need to hear, and bro, anytime I tell them what they need to hear, they never get mad at me because they understand respect and they respect that I'm giving it to them the real, the 100% real way. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you how it is, and not all this sugarcoat bullshit to save your fucking feelings. No, we're gonna throw down some barriers, respect, tell you what you need to hear. We're gonna have to toughen you up a little bit, and I love that, man. I love that, and so I like being around a lot of my male friends who have a lot of high respect, talk shit, banter, fuck around. That's what guys do, man. That's what guys do, and so like I love that about like my male friends. A lot of my guys, we pick on each other. It's a lot of fun, and so if there's anything else that I can add on to this respect conversation, I might think of it later. But that can conclude the um, the video about respect. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you.